This is Father Fucking
All right, we're here. This is your September 18th edition, 2019 edition, of NXT, the review. And you know who you're here with. First things first, I want to say all praises to the Most High. Without him, I wouldn't be here, and you wouldn't be here either. This is the Father fucking Wrestling. That's Father FKN Wrestling. You follow me on Twitter. You follow me on Facebook. You follow me on YouTube. You follow me on Spotify. Come follow the Father, and the Father won't have to follow you. Anyways, I don't know what that means. I just had to, I'm trying to get into gimmick. I'm maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours away from getting out of work here. Yes, I'm doing this on my break, so I'm trying to get it done fast. First things first, I want to say I usually don't watch NXT. I haven't really had the chance to watch it because it's on Wednesday nights, and as we all know, the Father is a busy man taking care of busy things, if you know what I mean. Anyways, so with that said, I don't really watch NXT too much as I'm supposed to, but I'm trying to get on it, and by doing that, I stumbled upon the fact that last night, which was the 18th, I'm doing this a day after the 18th, which is the 19th today. Today's Thursday. This happened on Wednesday. Last night was NXT's first show on USA Network. As my understanding goes, the first half of it was a 2-hour show, which I think this was their first 2-hour show. The first half, besides the pay-per-views, but their first half went on the USA Network, and the second half went on the WWE Network. I don't know why they did that. I heard it's about some TV show, something, whatever. Who cares? But let's get right into it. Triple H opens up the show. You know, he's talking. He's telling everybody, get ready. NXT's here, So, he does his thing. We open up with a women's match, which is Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair, Mia Yim, and Candice LeRae. This was a good match. I've seen these women go back and forth. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know too much about Bianca Belair, but now that I do, I gotta say, hey man, this girl here is a bad woman. She's good. You can tell that she probably had a little strength training somewhere, but as far as the total package and a female wrestler, she has it. Mia Yim, that's former, if I'm not mistaken, I would say that's former Jade from Impact Wrestling. Okay. I do remember when there was a rumor, or it was talks going around that Mia Yim had signed with NXT. I was a little upset about that because I thought Mia Yim had a lot of potential with Impact Wrestling, especially after the match that I saw when she was when she went against Rosemary. I think that was Mayhem Massacre. I don't know, Monsters Ball, I believe. I don't know what kind of barbed wire massacre. I don't know what kind of match they had, but her versus Rosemary, Mia Yim versus Rosemary, was a great match, and I knew after that match happened that Triple H was going to take a look at that young lady there and want her to come on his side. But I think Mia Yim is awesome. I always thought she was awesome, even when she was part of the Dollhouse. I have the most annoying customers in the world. All right, we back. Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, we was talking about Mia Yim, former Jade of Impact Wrestling. This was a good match, guys. Candice LeRae was the winner, and I believe she became the #1 contender for the NXT Women's title, which is held by Shayna Baszler. You know, I don't really know too much about Shayna Baszler. Now, Candice LeRae, I know a little bit about her. If I'm not mistaken, I believe she was on SmackDown, but I could be wrong. But let's move on. Dominic Dijakovic versus Keith Lee is supposed to be happening on their next show, which I might review. Because I'm not even going to lie, from the first jump from what I see from NXT, because I'm going to be honest with you, this is my first time watching it. Yes, I am a first-time watcher of NXT. I never really checked it out. Like I said, I never had any time to. But I do know who some of the wrestlers are. I do believe Keith Lee was in ROH at one point. I could be wrong about that too. But we'll on my next episode, I'll be able to come and correct those errors if I have to. Okay, Velveteen Dream versus Roderick Strong. Okay, guys, this match here is one of those matches that might be considered a father fucking wrestling match of the night. It's a father fucking wrestling match of the night contender. It's in the contendership for the title. So we're gonna see by the time we end this segment here who wins that prestigious father fucking wrestling title. Anyways, I am the heavyweight champion. If you really want to talk to the father, you come talk to the father. I don't do heavyweight. I don't do welterweight. I do heavyweight. And that's why if you want to be the father fucking wrestling heavyweight champion of the night, you have to have great matches. And this match, by far, is one of the best matches I've seen tonight so far. Between Velveteen Dream and Roderick Strong, which you had the Undisputed Era interfere at the end and cause Velveteen Dream his championship. Which I was not a big fan of that. I think if you was going to do that, you should have saved it for a pay-per-view. But that's okay. They wanted to install dominance as a team tonight. And I get that. The Undisputed Era. They're all of them have gold. All of them have gold. And I'm actually proud of Adam Cole that he was able to get away from Ring of Honor and do big things. I wish he would have came to Impact Wrestling, but that's another story. So we're gonna move on. We're not gonna be too long on this segment, but we're gonna move on. We had Pete Dunne versus Huas. I don't know too much about Huas. I know a little bit about Pete Dunne. I think he's from the European circuit. He actually won that match against Huas. That was a good match. They went back and forth, a little tuggle here, a little tuggle there. But, okay, let's move on. Like I said, I don't want to stick too long on NXT. I'm not too familiar with a lot of the people, but we're going to work through this, and I'm going to stick with a lot of the people that I do know about. We have a match, Kia Lee versus Kaya Lee versus Aaliyah. Kaya Lee wins this match. Then we had Denzel Dejarne, or whatever his name is. I'm sorry if I get these names wrong. He came out to have, I guess, a match, and before you know it, a group by the name of Imperial. I believe they're from the NXT European circuit. They came out as a group and attacked Denzel Arjane. The next assignment we got was Oni Lorcan versus Lio Rush. This match also is in the contendership for the fatherfucking wrestling match of the night heavyweight championship. This match was awesome. These two went back and forth. I didn't know what to expect. But I'm happy that Lio Rush has found his voice in NXT finally. You can see the crowd is heavily behind him. He's a fan favorite. I knew it. I knew it when I first saw Lio Rush. I believe it was in CZW. And I also saw a couple of his matches in ROH not too long ago. This man is incredible in the ring, and I'm happy that they're really giving him a chance to show what he has. Because if you let Lio Rush take control of what his character is, I'm telling you, the Blackheart character that he did, that was one of the best entrances I ever saw. But let's move on. The last match, I want to make sure we did everything. Last match of the night, we were not even going to call it a match, but it was Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane. This match ended with, I forgot somebody. Okay. Before I get to the matches now, I want to go back. I did forget. It was a match that happened right after the women's match. It was Sean Maluta versus Cameron Grimes. Now, if you're a big, huge fan of wrestling like I am, you should know that Cameron Grimes wrestled in Impact Wrestling as Trevor Lee. And that's what I'm talking about. Now all of a sudden he gets pops. Why is those pops happening here, ladies and gentlemen? I believe it's because these douchebags that fuck up wrestling, now all of a sudden, they know who this guy is. They quote his lines. They buy his t-shirts. They love his gimmick. All of a sudden, they know who he is. That's because they're fake. They've been watching Impact Wrestling under the radar. WWE does this on purpose, and the father gets weary of all of the bullshit. And it's not really a WWE problem. It's a fan problem. And that's a very hard thing to fix. Because a lot of these fans, they're so used to being wishy-washy when it comes to dealing with other sports, such as bandwagoners on football teams or basketball teams. They do it with wrestling. Anywhere else but AEW, right? Anywhere else but Impact Wrestling. This company, WWE, ran through ROH. They got the Bryan Danielsons. They got the Lio Rush. They got a former ROH guy right now as their NXT champion, Adam Cole. I say anymore. But we're going to move on. I'm going to save that one for tomorrow. I think that Trevor Lee, at the end of the day, he fits good in NXT. But this guy was already an X Division champion. I think, 3-4 times? Probably more than that. That's all I got to say on that subject. Now we can move on to the last match, which was with Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane. This match didn't even start as a match, wasn't a match. It ended up as a brawl. Everybody came out. Everybody and their mother, sister, brother, cousin, and adopted sons. Everybody came out and started fighting. You saw Matt Riddle try to get his hits in on Killian Dane. Killian Dane started taking out everybody and getting his hits in on Matt Riddle. And this show ended on that. Now, I do want to say, after tonight, I think they might have got a fan in me for NXT. So, with that said, we're going to try to see if we can do another NXT breakdown review next week, Wednesday or Thursday. Usually it's Thursday because on Wednesdays I'm really busy. You know, I'm a full-time parent of 4, a husband of 1, and I love that son of a woman. I love her. She's a good woman. But anyways, that's Miss Mother FKN Wrestling. She can cook too. So I'm out. This is me. It's Father fucking Wrestling.
This is Father